Let's see how a new email is composed. To compose a new email, you simply go into the new email in here, and then you click on new email, and then an untitled message will be shown, where you can then go in and type in the email address of the person you are sending an email to. The format of the email address is the username and the joining character, which is at the domain. So the domain is actually the email provider or a company that's providing you with that particular email or access to that particular email. At this example, let me use as beacon.co.za. So this is your domain name. This is where the email address is hosted. Now, you might at some point not know what the email address of the person is. You might want to go into the address list depending on your email configuration. For example, if you're working for a company that's hosting their email on the Microsoft Exchange server, you will find that within the Microsoft Exchange server, there is already an address book that is there. So at the moment, for example, if you look here, you will see that I don't have an address book in here. If I go into my domain there is no address book assigned to that. If I go into my contacts, I also don't have a address book in my contacts. But if I go into the LinkedIn email address, then I will find all the emails that I want. I might go into any of this email and then send to. Now you'll see now that a person's email address is attached to that particular send box. So if I'm happy with whoever I'm sending the email to, then I will click on OK. Then I've got a person's email address displaying in there, and so forth and so forth. So you can actually store the your address list in any of this address books. So depending on the configuration again of your email, you will certainly have a more email addresses if you are a LinkedIn person. If you store your contacts in your Microsoft Outlook contacts, then you will then have more contacts in there. If your company is actually hosting an Exchange server, so you might be having all the other emails in the Exchange server, and so on and so on. Now, once you have picked up an email address, you go in there and you can add other email addresses in there. In this list, this is where you will be sending the email to.